Law of definite proportions. After the law of the conservation of the mass, this law arises. Proposed by a French chemist named Joseph Proust, this law of definite proportion states that a given chemical compound always contains the same elements in the exact same proportions by mass.
This law was supported by Dalton's atomic theory. This state is now known as Proust's law, which also states that chemical compounds are formed of constant undefined ratios of elements, as determined by mass. The first example is carbon dioxide, which is composed of one carbon atom and two oxygen atoms. Therefore, by mass, carbon dioxide can be described by the fixed ratio of 12, mass of carbon, and 32, mass of oxygen, or simplified as 3 radio to 8. The law of definite.
At the time it was proposed, another chemist named Claude Louis Berthollet supported the fact that elements could mix in any radio, but the Dalton's law of multiple proportions expanded on the law of definite composition to postulate that, in situations in which elements can combine from multiple combinations, the radio of these elements could be represented in small whole numbers.
This is used in molecular compounds with a fixed composition, and in ionic compounds because both of them require electrical neutrality. Also, there are some exceptions, as it doesn't count for isotopic mixtures.
Let me introduce you to the first example. In the first example, we have the water. We know that the chemical compound H2O is made up of atoms of hydrogen and oxygen. If one oxygen atom is combined with two hydrogen atoms, water is created. An oxygen atom has an atomic mass of 16, while a hydrogen atom has an atomic mass of 1. This means that water is made up of 11% hydrogen and 89% of oxygen. The exact same proportion of hydrogen and oxygen must always be combined in order for water to be created.
Example 2. Ammonia is a common household item made up of the elements hydrogen and nitrogen. It is written as NH3, meaning that there is one atom of nitrogen combined with 3 atoms of hydrogen. Anhydrous ammonia contains 82% nitrogen and 18% hydrogen. Any other combination of hydrogen and nitrogen will result in an entirely different chemical compound.
Vinegar is another common household item. Its chemical compound is C2H4O2, meaning that it's made of 2 atoms of carbon, 4 atoms of hydrogen, and 2 atoms of oxygen. No other combination of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen could be combined to create vinegar.
The sulfuric acid is made of the individual elements of hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen. The chemical compound is written as H2SO4. The same proportions of hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen must be combined to create the sulfuric acid.